Hi, Josh Feinberg here. I want to tell you a little story of my past week. And I went to Ohio and we had a client that we financed, I think it was like 6-7 months ago, where they contacted us and they were starting up a new business. It was a processing facility along with a smoking business where they're gonna smoke their own meats, whether it be sausages, summer sausages, jerky, any type of meat you could imagine. And they contacted us and they needed $250,000 for their startup, and we were able to secure that so they could buy the equipment they needed for smokers, for grinders, for tumblers, for coolers, for stands, for cooling stations, whatever the case may be. We needed to be able to finance them. So we financed them about 6 months ago. And for me, I'm an avid white-tailed deer hunter. I love doing it. It's one of my passions and I have so much fun doing it. And for the past 2 years, I've been going with a marketing company that does marketing with us, and I'm ever grateful for it. But this year I wanted to try something a little bit different. So, I talked to my sales team and I said, who do we know that hunts? Who's a client that hunts? And, luckily enough, I was able to come across, this transaction and this customer that financed equipment through us for a smoking business. And I'm like, that's fantastic. So reached out and had a great conversation with him. And he said, hey, I want you to come out here. I'll figure out a place that you can hunt and it will be great. I can't promise anything, but you'll have a great time. So actually took the time and drove the 10.5 hours to Ohio.
All right. Get it moving. Got about, I think, 6 hours and 15 minutes left till we get to Ohio.
We met with him at his house. It was a great time. Got to meet him, his wife, and it was awesome. So then from there, he brought us over to the processing plant where we financed. Now, to tell you the truth, you don't really get to see and feel, the surroundings of what you finance, right? Because a lot of what we do is over the phone or over the internet, and we don't get to see it. But this, he brought me in. He brought me in and showed me, all the different things that we financed and all the exciting things that, we were gonna be able to see. And Dennis is the one who actually, invited me out there. He's the builder constructor. He's the guy who helps build everything out. There's 3 partners. There's Dennis, who does the construction, Dave, who actually, does all the type of smoking, and he's a smoking enthusiast, and he's so good at smoking meat and being able to create masterpieces of meat for, consumption. And then there's Bob, and he helped out, financially and being able to grow this. So I got to meet all 3 of them, and they showed me what they're working on, and they're so close to getting it finished and opened up. I would highly suggest looking up Smokin' Dave's. It's gonna be, operating, I would say, within the next month, where you can actually get some great products. They're even gonna be able to tell you the meat that you're eating, where it came from, what they ate, and it's unbelievable. But they walked me around their building that they've been working on for 7 years, and the equipment that they're putting in and what they're gonna do and how they're gonna be able to smoke it. They're able to show me the spices, the different spices and cures that they're gonna be using for their meat. And it's just an unbelievable establishment. But it's, it's amazing to see the delight in people's faces when they're talking about their dreams and aspirations. And it's a different type of area out in Ohio, comparatively to where we are. They're very, blue-collared folk, right? They work hard their whole lives. It's the 3 of them. They all went to school together, and they're really building something amazing for their community. And I'm so excited to see where it takes them. It was such a good experience. I learned so much about work ethic and, where they came from and how they got to where they are. And it was just unbelievable hearing and listening to the backgrounds. And I'm sure there's been footage that you've seen throughout this of the processing plant. It's absolutely beautiful, and I couldn't be happier. And I want to thank Dennis and whoever was able to put that trip together, it was just awesome. And you know, here I'll show you a picture. You know, he was able to put me on this beautiful white-tailed deer, and it was just an amazing experience to hear it. You know, he's been hunting his whole life, and it was great to hear his experiences and just really build a connection. And you know, a lot of people say, what is the difference of Everlasting Capital comparatively to anyone else? I don't know what other business owner in the financial space is going out and actually hanging out with their clients. And that's what we try to do, is we try to build long-standing relationships, but at the end, it always turns into a friendship.